sleep and find a place to live life slow. Could I feed in the water? Dig our teeth in the sand. Let the sea take us farther, just to see where we land. And we can paint California and pray the rain never shows up. We put our feet in the water, dig our teeth in the sand. Let the sea take us farther, just to see where we land. And you'll be my queen of the coral. I'll be king of the sand. We'll blind in the beach with our laurels as we scream for our heads. And we can paint California and pray the rain never shows up. And you'll be my queen of the coral. I'll be king of the sand. We're blind in the beach with our laurels as we scream for our heads. Paint California. Pray the rain never shows up. Paint California. Pray the rain never shows up.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Hey, traders. Welcome to the Monday stream where Bitcoin has pumped to levels we have not seen in 5 months. Forget my voice if it's a little raspy or unsettling. I don't know what you want to call it. I just got back from, an experience, a fun experience I mean, except for like one part of it, but it's all good, man. College Station was wonderful. Houston was great. Nothing but class everywhere we went, man. So anyway, so here's Bitcoin. Where's it really at? You know, the highest level in 5 months, but also really the daily candle high close back from February 21st. Very important level. I mean, this is where we thought it very well could be hit at some point. And you're at this level, so this is the people be like, should I buy now? Dang, man, not a good time to be asking about should you buy now. Doesn't mean it can't continue upward, but you got to get on the same page, right? Of like where the real swing traders are looking for long opportunities, where the swing traders looking for take profits, right? And this is certainly some reasonable level that makes sense to strategize where to take some profit or to exit, okay? And that just stems to the setup posted on the 26th of September, right here. Here it is, chat. Here it is. That fateful day. No one knew if 42K was going to hold. I didn't know. You don't have to know where an asset's going to make money, but you certainly need to know where the levels are, the critical levels.
Noise! Hey Mitch,
loud.
could
Oh
you
my
look
God.
at TRXPLS?
Stefan, yeah, we'll certainly look at Tron and other altcoins that are not doing well today, and it's all Bitcoin. I mean, maybe a handful of altcoins are doing okay, just a few, but most are not doing well at all right now. And it's an interesting dynamic change where you think, oh, Bitcoin goes up, all the alts go up. Now, right now, and one chart would tell us the story, and we'll look at that soon. But we must, because as of today, it is official. The second target of this trade setup that never got stopped out, it has been achieved. There it is, chat. Jesus chimes. We've done it, man. We've done it. 57,543. Doesn't it make sense why that's a profit-taking level? Okay. You get it. You gotta get on that page. So certainly not a strategic entry area right now. Doesn't mean it can't keep going. But just remember, man, it's like it could keep going. All right, understandable. And why could it keep going? Maybe. The argument is on the daily. And the daily tells us via wave structure, multiple wave structures, the target. The target's pretty much the next inflection point that goes back to March 13th, 61,248, where from your all-time high to the lowest low of the correction and 88.6% retrace we know so well. Value perceived areas for shorts, whatever. That's often why major reactions occur there, reversals occur there. But not just that. The simple A, B, C, D structure, 1.618 fib extension is also literally right there. So that is X marks the spot. Those two fib levels confluent with the candle high close from March. Confluence. So that is why there might be a little bit more upside before a major reaction occurs, but you cannot ignore this level because it is so real. Because when it was created, it was regarded, but really, when you fell below it and you back tested it as resistance, what occurred? Major dumpage. So you just cannot be surprised at these levels if a reaction occurs now, just as you can't be surprised at 61,250 if a reaction occurred there, right? Are we on the same page? We all understand what's going on? Drinking this coffee, man. I've had Irwin coffee withdrawals, man. What's up, Matt, dude? He's going Super Saiyan. Uh-oh. Thanks, dude.
Matt tipped $24.24. Tell.
We'll look at Tell, dude. Thank you. Much love. Okay, so we got a couple requests going, but you get it, all right? So that's it. So since I've been gone, Bitcoin's appreciated in value somewhat pretty well, and now we're just at really critical areas, like cue up the song. I mean, and with that song queued up, maybe, just maybe, on the playlist, we could have the Hey song queued up. I know, I never even say that word, but I told you, if we get up to these levels, it's starting to get to Hey song time. So maybe blow off the dust on it, look at it, but don't you dare think about playing that song, chat, okay? Okay, all right. Anyway, so I think what's more important than Ethereum right now to look at is Bitcoin dominance. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Do you understand what's happening? It's like actually down 0.26% today, but this is like why altcoins aren't doing very well, because when Bitcoin dominance loses 88% of its value, and it's a multi-year wave structure, M shape, and then it creates another small M shape that confirms the bottom of the major structure, that's X marks the spot, and there's certain levels of seller exhaustion. And at this point, this is where major reversals occur. So I think this would continue on. Of course, it's going to test the 200-day moving average at 46.5% market cap dominance. But I think based on resistance levels, I don't think it would stop until at least 48.9 to 49.50%. As you can clearly see, looking left, the critical levels that we're always looking for on all charts. Back from July 2017, August, October, November 2017. Look at this. It was support then, and it became resistance in April 2018. So you understand, like, that's probably where it's headed. Makes sense, right? Because where else would it reverse, you know, above all those levels, the inflection points? So, but it could manifest into something far greater, where, I mean, it goes to those levels, it goes 53% after that, then it gets to the major levels, right? Where, you know, just going back to March, Bitcoin dominance was at 60%, and that could happen again. You just don't know. But when we look at stuff like this, this could be telling us the story of what's going to be happening, and it could be Bitcoin's taken over for a while. Cue up the you know, that orc meme on Lord of the Rings, like the age of altcoins is over, the time of Bitcoin has begun, Bitcoin dominance, whatever, you know. So slow going though, it's like barbecue, and slow, low and slow, because this one, I mean, hey, Bitcoin hit its targets at trade setup in less than a month, but, you know, posted this one on the 17th, 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago on Bitcoin dominance, just because it made too much sense, man. There were too many variables that lined up to not post this, because even if you're not going to take action on it, it could make you say, hey man, maybe altcoins are just not going to perform as well as Bitcoin, or maybe if one had a derivative that they could trade to go long on this, it'd be the time, right? And it's like, and if you do nothing on it, then you at least take heed of it and you understand the education behind it. And it's like, oh, this is what we're looking for on any market, on any chart, at any given time. And it's like, it has not hit the first target yet. It's slow going, man. So on the way though, right? Sweet. So now we'll look at the total. I like total so long. I'm wiped out, dude. I've been traveling all day and, you know, just hanging out with people. Dude, I got to hang out with some patrons down in Houston. They showed us a wonderful time. My buddy Lance and me. So shout out to DJ Ramping and Alejandro. Fun times, man. All right. Oh yeah, we were in a booth next to Johnny Manziel Friday night. It was crazy. And we saw him at the game. All right, so here it is, chat. Here it is. Your favorite.
I like turtles.
That has broken above the major inflection point that goes back to April 16th. You're above it now. You did it once, like October 7th, but here we are. I mean, this is crazy. Wow, this is so interesting here. Wait a second.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
It would be, if all stayed the same in an hour and 43 minutes, this would be, I believe, the third or fourth highest close of all time for total. It's pretty good, man. But I think anything above $2.3 trillion is really, really good. So you are painting another one of those sharks, right? Where you could maybe catch a reaction here. I don't know. Like, you see the wave structure, you see the lower low on C, and then you see a deep retrace like an 886, but it could go the 113% retrace too. All right, so these are levels where, yep, and what a nice wave up, you know, from September 21st to now, almost straight up, you know, confirmation low, but yeah, it's a wave and you could react here. But if we, you know, it kind of just looks like Ethereum. But anyway, that's where we are on this. I mean, you know, you break, if you hold above 2.3 long enough, you're probably going all-time highs. All-time highs on total is going to be $2.58 trillion. You break that, well, price discovery. Then how would we target if it did break all-time highs? From the highest point of the structure to the lowest point would give us our fib extensions that would take you to $2.97 trillion. But we also, let's look here and listen, possibly an A, a B, a C, and a D. 1.618. Another level that is close to the 1272. That's up here, you know, around $2.88 trillion. So that's X marks the spot if this is going to continue upward, right? If we're in some sort of ABCD. All right. Whew. Okay. So let's go to Ethereum. That's been a letdown. Yeah, definitely been a letdown. At least lately. I mean, like the past, you know, since I've been gone, since Thursday, it's run up and it's been unable to achieve prices higher than the high we saw September 15th. Can't do it. And yeah, I've got my alert set up, but I'll get rid of that. But you understand, okay, just going back to the fractal, the same structure. Gotta hit the 4 hour. Just gotta think, you know, if Ethereum's doing the same thing it was doing back in March, 5K is coming, right? But it's like, how can it do that? How will it be able to do what it did, you know, from April to May if Bitcoin dominance continues to climb and these altcoins continue to underperform? Because it's like Ethereum to Bitcoin, we're going to look at that next. It's probably not looking that great right now, just based on the way Bitcoin looks and the way Ethereum looks to the US dollar. You don't even have to look at the chart to know it probably doesn't look like it's going to be doing well. Okay. So, I've been gone, man. All right, so you're still below that little level that's not really that big of a deal, but it's real. You know, the high from May 4th, the low from May 13th, the high from September 9th, the upthrust from September 15th. You're just flirting with that area. There's literally no edge going on. I mean, there was some very real bearish divergence that developed. It seems like it's played out and you bounce. That's good. Maybe it's underperforming. And yeah, you don't know. Right, you think that if Bitcoin's gonna react at this critical level it's at currently, that's testing today, right now, or just did past 8 hours, if it pulls back there, I think Ethereum's gonna be going much lower, right? Probably going down to test 33.28 if Bitcoin sells off. If Bitcoin wants to go to the 1.618 and the 886, which is 61,250 or so. You know, Ethereum's probably going to underperform like it has been. I don't know what's going to change, but at least it's up 3% today, where many altcoins are down. Most actually. All right, so let's meander on over. Oh, let's look at the daily real quick. That's showing us a little bit. No, yes. It is real right now. Until something changes and this positive momentum begins to build again, we start getting some price action that takes us higher. We are developing, unfortunately, Chad, on Ethereum. I mean, this is hidden bullish divergence. Okay, Class A hidden bearish divergence, where you have a high on price, then you have a substantially lower high on price, but with higher levels on the histogram. Right, so that is implying that a continuation to the downside is coming. Come on, man. What's going on? Altcoins, get it together like Bitcoin. So that's what's happening on the daily. Something to take into consideration here on Bitcoin, I believe, yes, on the 4 hour, the MACD is kind of showing us some bearish divergence too. So just for you to take note of, to take heed of, right? I'm not trying to bounce all over the place here, but like if I forget something, a piece of data, I don't want to like tell you to forget, but like the beauty is, even though there might be some bearish divergence on the 4 hour for Bitcoin, there is certainly none at all on the daily, where the positive momentum is building again. And you are just slightly overbought, where Bitcoin, if it wants to, if market participants will it, it can get extremely overbought where we can see 80s and sometimes the 90s. So just being barely overbought with Bitcoin dominance looking like that, it could get a lot higher if market participants, if there are more buyers than there are sellers at this level, right? But you would think, right, like using like critical thinking here, oh, this is exactly a level where market participants might have their sell order set up, right? Just because it's so real and historically well respected. Dealer, what's up with this, man? Dude, facial identification just like doesn't want to work.
Could you please check Jasmy/USDT on Bittrex? Thanks. 0.00035153 BTC.
Sure. Only by the top. Thanks for the $20, man. Much love. Yep. All right. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. I know I've been gone. I know people have certainly been going through withdrawals. They've been letting me know that they're, you know, Tyrone Biggins or whatever. Y'all got any more of that? TA? Well, we got some. What's happening right now? You want any more of this? I don't know. Okay, hey, by the way, sorry. Yeah, while I was gone, we have had multiple new patrons who have joined. So I do want to say thank you so much to Charles B, Kilo J, Still Learning, Martin. Thank you all for joining the Patreon. But also, hold on a second. Wait, there's more. Michael Yu, thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. That's huge. So welcome for the year. You get 1 month free when you join, you know, so there's an 8% discount when you join annually. So might as well do it. If you love all these tendies, man. Thank you, dude. That's the single greatest way to support what I do every day. Thank y'all. All right. So let's move on over to, well, we haven't really been looking at last week much, but it's really good to look at it now, okay? And this is pretty incredible, man. Wow, this is incredible, isn't it? Remember the old bearish bat on Ethereum to Bitcoin? What a reaction. That was it. There was no like type 2 return. It was a reaction and a reversal at the same time. It happens, man. It's, dude. And what's it doing today? I believe a patron brought this up. It is falling below the 200-day moving average for the first time since March 30th, March 31st. So we have a significant event occurring on this Ethereum to Bitcoin pair on the daily. Not a joke, dude. Just pay attention. You're still above major inflection points, but there's still a lot further to fall. You can clearly see where it is now. Now it does look like we might be forming another shark or something, but that definitely means there might be lower prices to go. I can anchor here or here. Just being prudent here. Let's think. Yep, that's shark behavior. And an 886, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think, man? Come on, 886 is literally at the inflection point, isn't it? Like TA Tetris here. So you can't be surprised at all if Ethereum to Bitcoin continues to sell off to get to that 886, the 886 we love and we know so well. And why do you think that's also a very real possibility? Well, breaking below that 200 moving average, but also there is no edge and it is not oversold. And currently Ethereum to Bitcoin is at its lowest relative strength since December 26th of last year. Yes. So we have some very real breakdowns going on, some things that haven't even happened in almost a year going on. So you can't be surprised if we're looking at Bitcoin dominance and it's double bottoming at 886s within 886s, and you got Ethereum to Bitcoin that is not oversold and it's in the bearish control zone and there's no bullish divergence, so there's nothing implying a reversal up to the upside right now on a significant time scale, right? You see the argument? It's not very good for Ethereum right now. Doesn't mean it can't continue up with Bitcoin, but it's not going to do as well according to those charts if we're just thinking, right? All right. Anyway, so one thing I haven't been able to really look at today, just been gone, man. It's been like moving around and traveling, checking out, doing things. Let's just look at that S&P 500, you know, that was starting to recover, but has now begun to sink again. It could not sustain prices above 4,400, which is a resistance, right? We had plotted this and we were flirting with it, and it seems like you went up and you never could even fill the gap from at 44.44. You couldn't even do it, man. Before the good news is, I guess it's whatever. It looks like the gap you made a couple days ago, last week, I think on Thursday, that gap's filled. Good. So let's reverse now. You know, so 22% of the time, gaps act as supports and resistances. So you're telling me there's a chance that maybe the S&P holds here and reverses and we break above 4,400 and run upward. It was a potential dragon that failed to break out. It failed to launch, chat. This happens. Where's my trend line? Maybe it didn't save. But you can see it's the dragon that couldn't. It has not formed the tail yet. It can't even begin. So there you have it, right? Supply line unable to be broken. Holding right at that 200 moving average on the 4 hour. And unfortunately, God, just as you got classic bullish divergence on the MACD and RSI, you now immediately turning into hidden bearish divergence. Dang, man. Tough crowd on this index fund, right? Tough crowd. Tough chart. Both oscillators showing us this hidden bearish divergence, implying a continuation to the downside, like Ethereum to the US dollar on the daily. Dang, man. It's rough. Okay, moving on to the Dow Jones Industrial. Can everyone hear me? Are the decibels good? No one's even said anything, man. All right, so is my voice bad today, chat? So where are we? We're stuck in a glass case of motion. We're range bound on the Dow Jones. You can clearly see gap did not fill today. I'm pretty sure it's gonna fill tomorrow. You're so close. You're like dollars away. You'll fill that gap. Hopefully you could hold, but looks kind of similar. I mean, it's like class B bearish divergence on the MACD here, right? Where you made the same high with lower levels of positive Momo, and that implies a reversal to the downside. But yeah, I mean, like if you're just bouncing around between two major levels and you hit the top or near the top and you're reversing out, you could very well go all the way down again to 33,584. But you were hoping, like we were kind of optimistic that, you know, you had the type 1 return, Scott Carney's type 1 return, and then his type 2 return here at the double bottom, the confirmation low at critical levels. And that is saying like that, you know, when we get double bottoms, confirmation lows, market participants declaring, hey, the bottom's in and it's time to move upward. And you did do that, but it's not really that clear yet that this is true as the confirmation low, because you haven't really separated and gotten too far away. It's okay though. We'll see what happens, man. Money printer go burr almost always, right? All right, we're clean. What? We okay? Sound is okay? All right, awesome, dude. Just making sure, you know, quality control, man. I know Brad would probably text me or something if it was, you know, terrible, but we'll see. Okay. Next one. We're just knocking them out, man. You know, do the index funds. People appreciate it. I know some people appreciate it. I know a lot of people might not, but like us, hey, it's crypto. But here's your Nasdaq, right? What did it do? Hidden bearish divergence immediately after showing classic bullish divergence. So impending price action, continuation of the downside implied on the 4 hour on pretty much both oscillators. Yes, both oscillators doing the same thing as the S&P. Go. Come on, man. You did fill the gap today, but you just don't know. So it's kind of rough here, rough waters on the NASDAQ because, right, don't you think you're kind of like in between inflection points like 14,176 and 14,754? You're in the middle, man. So it's like there's nothing you really do here. Okay. Then we got Russell 2000. That is, dumped today. Is not fill the gap, but very close. Probably do it tomorrow. And dead middle of range. So, well, you know what that means. It's impossible to strategize entries for longs or shorts even. It's terrible for both. It's like the no trade zone when you're the dead middle of a range. Like it just always is, man. All right. That's it. Okay, so one more thing before we get to a couple of these requests. I mean, like 2 today. I mean, gold is still okay. It's still hanging in there, hanging above some sort of the. It's not as strong as 1800. It's just it's the inflection point. It's above the supply line again. It looks like it could very well be double bottoming. Right? You got the classic bullish divergence on the oscillators, Class B bullish divergence where you double bottom on price, but your oscillators make lower levels, right? Or could be lower levels negative momentum, higher levels on the RSI. So it's not really catching bids, is it? It's just the same thing, man. It's just a slow going asset, and it's like gonna always probably be like that because it's a $10 trillion market cap. I mean, good luck, man. Bitcoin's only like a little over $1 trillion now. As we can look at that though, real quick, not that big a deal. But I want to look at it because I haven't. Here we go. Like you see, Bitcoin number 6. Gold's number 1 pretty much. But Apple, Microsoft, Saudi Aramco, Google, Amazon, then Bitcoin, $1.078 trillion. Unreal, man. I hope that sustains. Because it's just every time we get to $1 trillion on Bitcoin, it can't sustain. So maybe this time is different. All right. Yeah, CPI is consumer price index is pretty rooty poo because the Fed has changed the metric in which they gauge inflation 20 times in the past 30 years. Yes, it is all a joke. Like if we were going by the 1990s metrics that they used to use, we'd be at like 13 to 15% inflation right now, not 2. Give me a break, man. What a joke. They just moved the goal lines. Sorry to just things going on, man. All right. So, all right, we'll get to these requests now, right? Just got some stuff that I think a lot of people would be interested in. So we'll go to the first one, which was, it was Tron Connect. It was Tron, man. Justin Sun. My God, is it starting to paint some sort of head and shoulders out of nowhere now? Dang, man. It's back testing an old level ass support, runs up, and then can't do anything. It's like stalling out. Bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Confirmed. No edge on the oscillators besides the hidden divergence at the inflection point, but it played out. You're above the 200-day moving average, which is wonderful, but now I'm starting to get a little concerned. A little concerned on the daily about the structural development that really came to be, I think, yesterday and the day before, maybe with the nice impulse up. You thought it'd be going higher, and it's based on the 4 hour. The 4 hour, where you had a nice momentum shifting structure, pattern completion zone at a nice line support, nice run up. You can't even really see the head and shoulder, the potential head and shoulders on the 4 hour, but you can see it developing on the daily. So I just don't know. I think at a kind of important level is August 16th high, right around 9.7 cents or 9.6 cents. You're just right there. No edge on the 4 hour either, so mysteries abound on this one. It's tough, man. It's really tough because you just think if Bitcoin at a profit-taking level for a trader that entered between 40K, 43K, right? If the pullback occurs, if we catch a reaction at this inflection point on Bitcoin, it's not going to be good for altcoins. They're going to get wrecked way harder than Bitcoin, most likely, because that's just the way it normally goes. What's up, Dalton, man? Lou, Kai for Crypto, R1 Kai for Crypto. What's up, Stay at Home Kings, man? Papanaya, J-Mob, Natch. What's up, Brad? Got a few people in here. Oh, we got Todd's in here. Todd Pete. Amen. Hey, good to see y'all. For real. I know I've been gone for a few days. I like never take off that many days, but what am I supposed to do? I just stream like maybe once there, and you know, it's just I'm with people, my legacy friends, you know, before all this came to be, and I just didn't want to marginalize that or alienate, you know, while I'm there. I wanted to be all about us and hanging out and just taking it all in, man. So sweet. So that's your Tron, right? It looked okay. It was showing divergence at a critical inflection point at an 886 of a harmonic structure. That is great. And then you started making higher lows, back testing levels as support, and then you're running again. But now there's no edge, right? Like we have no idea where this thing's going, and nothing's implying up or down right now. But I mean, you'd think if it held this level, that is so freaking important, dude. I mean, 9 cents is, and really it's the 8.2 to 8.4 cents here. 8.2 to 8.4 cents is kind of like, is literally like Bitcoin's 40 to 42K. So you held it successfully and you've rallied, but now it's like one high, the highest high, and now a lower high that matches perfectly the previous high. So, you know, everything's okay if this asset holds this little, looks like a demand line developing. Look, you're trying to break that demand line. As long as it can pivot and hold these areas and run again and exceed the previous level from September, early September, and run onward, it'll be all right. But you get what I'm saying. It's tough on these altcoins right now. All right. What's up, Billy, man? My God, Billy, you were almost singing the blues like me. If it wasn't for that last play of the game, well, ooh. That Red River Rivalry was awesome. So entertaining. I'm sure, like, for anyone who wasn't like a Bama alum or fan, it was a really entertaining game. So at least everyone got that. All right, next one. Yeah, Tell kind of in a similar situation to some others, right? Where you've got, man, it's like, looks like maybe, is it trying to, the momentum is trying to shift here at a critical inflection point? I mean, above 1.7 cents, it's okay, but it broke above it. It's trying to hold it, but it's not really, you know, it keeps holding it and it's not going anywhere. It's not making higher highs. It's like, where are the bids after a successful spring back test of spring multiple times? You know, this is that level back from May 23rd.
Link/USC not looking so hot. Potential full reset incoming. There is a potential bullish bat PCZ at $16. Thoughts?
Thoughts? We'll look at it. Thanks for the 20, Mr. Hageki, man. We will look. Yeah, it's tough, right? I mean, they're not bad trade setups, and they're well off the entry, but they're just not enough fuel, not enough demand to get them quite to where, you know, it makes sense, to be equitable for the trade, right? 3-to-1, you know. So yeah, man, they're really having problems, dude. And I think it's just probably that Bitcoin dominance and the two Bitcoin pairs, like Link to Bitcoin, Ethereum to Bitcoin. I bet Link to Bitcoin doesn't look very good either. Yeah, they're kind of like, Link and Ethereum were kind of like on the same page. They created the exact same reciprocal ABCD pattern, you know. Both had like confirmation lows there, inflection points, all that. So tell right now, I don't know what to tell you, except 1.7 cents is a very critical level that, as you can see in history, what's happened when this asset does successfully back test this level of 1.7 cents as support, major markup occurred. I mean, just even like right here. Like you test it successfully, you run up, you don't make it to the top, but big reaction. So what I'm concerned about is the fact that you've sprung, you back tested the spring, and you're just not catching very strong reactions. Like, I guess you're reacting, but it's very weak, right? And that just makes me, you know, the price action is just not that good right now. Okay, that's kind of where I am on TEL. Just remember, when Bitcoin does all this stuff, normally the altcoins come later. Right? Remember last year, it was all Bitcoin in October through late December, early January. And then finally the altcoins started doing the magic stuff. So you got to keep that in mind. It just is how it goes. Yeah, I mean, you think about it here, the way this structure looks, I mean, if things don't go well, if it can't hold 1.7 cents, I mean, you think it'd probably be good down at like 1.1 cents, 1 cent, like an XABCD or XABC, 886, either way, it'd be a shark or a bat, and you'd probably get a deep value area around 1.1 cents. I'll just show you so you can see it. It's the bullish bat, potentially, if 1.7 cents does not hold. 886, there it is, 1.1 cents. Just eyeballed it, and that's it. Like, you go down there, it's not weird. It's a low risk area, and then we'll be looking for an edge down there. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be like confluent with some sort of critical support or anything, but value. Okay, you gotta play devil's advocate or whatever. All right, sorry, I'm not feeling too hot, man. Probably got COVID or something. Who knows, dude? All right, next request was, this is the last, no, there's two more, it seems. Oh, this is on Coinbase, huh? Must be no day. Yeah, I figured it just must have gotten listed like on the 7th, literally a few days ago. There's got to be more data on another exchange though. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, of course. There it is. All right. So it does look like it was it was beginning to bottom out here. I mean, I've never seen this chart in my life. No one's ever requested this. So it's just like, what do you want me to do? See, these are not really, I appreciate the contributions always, right? But if we're talking about, you know, assets that are actionable, that could be beneficial to every viewer out there that respects swing trading, this is certainly not this is not a day to be requesting this asset, because it is not at a low risk, high reward opportunity area. It is at, it has certainly broken out. It broke out today, and it's broken a level from July 15th. It broke it. It is now attempting to back test it as support for the first time, literally since it did it one time back June 18th.
Noise!
Jerry tipped $22. Mitch, thanks to you and your team for hardcore dedication to this wonderful community. Do you mind looking at UBS on the daily? Bullish bat, bullish divergence on MACD, and RSI BAM. Much love.
You know we will look at it, D. Terry. Thanks for the 22, and thank you for the kind words, and thanks for being a part of it, right? Because people like you are what makes up. The community is comprised of really, really cool, smart people. All right, so this is one of the highest quality communities that exists on the internet. Changed my mind, right? For real. So we'll look at it. But unfortunately, getting back to Jasmy, to the US dollar tether, it's a good news, bad news situation. The good news is it broke out and it's attempting a back test of the breakout as support. If that holds successfully, there could be a major markup. I would think that the target would probably be 14.4 cents, because straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. That's literally the only historical price action between these two levels we have. So you just have, that's it. You draw your conclusion to believe it could very well run to that level. But the problem is, here's the bad news. The asset is up about 50% today. Even worse news, the asset is up since the 7th, 462%. no value. Like you're just, wow. I mean, I get it though. Hey, easy to strategize, but I bet you'll get stomped out. But it's like, I want to strategize this, man. It's like, okay, say it's not up 50%. Say we're just trying to be educational here, right? We're just trying to, you know, help people on their journey as swing traders, analysts, right? And you just say, all right, you break out of something, you back test it successfully, which I don't even know if it's going to be successful back test, right? When Bitcoin pulls back on the new day or something tomorrow, this thing going right back below 7.9 cents, 8 cents, and you get stopped out. But like, if it wasn't up 50%, you know, maybe this is different. This is just, we're talking about how one strategizes stop losses on breakouts, right? So something like this, right, where one enters on a successful back test, the stop loss below the breakout point marginally, and then target would be the
What's
resistance.
up, Twin? Can you check on Pi/US?
Again, never, not saying to take action on this asset at all. Please understand, this is all about the education. Okay, it could be anything. Like, all right, anyway. So, what's up, Mitch Ray? How you doing, dude? That's me, dude. Yeah, we'll get Kai. Thanks, man. Yep. What's happening over here? Oh god, I got the YouTube Mitch Ray impersonator just scamming away, commenting on all my YouTube comments. I love it, man. Every day. All right, let's move on. No point in spending any more time on this. Next request was Chainlink. The Link Army, they've been quiet, man. They've been quiet since last year. Hold on, where is this thing? Bueller? There it is. Yes, very, very, ugh. Right, very...
5 p.m.
Very rough, man. Can't hold above 24.94, or I guess it is. He's trying to hold. It's a pretty real area. 25 bucks. I think it's more so on the daily, but yeah, it just can't get there, man. I mean, reasonable target. It's like a textbook target. It's the 618 of a reciprocal ABCD, especially with C being 618 and D being a 1.618. So, I mean, it could go for a full reset, yeah, like it was being discussed. And he talks about a potential full reset, meaning the asset would breach the bad action magnet move and attempt to run down to test the 886 again, which is pretty much the entry of the trade setup. Yes, I mean, that is a very real possibility, because that is like how assets do things, man. Like they create M shapes after drawdowns like that, and then they pivot and they reverse. It just sucks sometimes. I mean, 'tis the season for Bitcoin dominance.
Scammer alert.
There, see, look at that, right? Y'all see that in the chat? You mods see it. This is that guy. He like knows I'm live. He's watching. He's stalking my Instagram. Oh god, dude. Karma is going to literally obliterate this guy. It's this one guy, dude, from Nigeria. Okay, so don't be surprised if this happens based on what's happening with Bitcoin dominance. I mean, hold on. Let's, you know, we could do a little bonus here for Mr. Higeki. Yes, sir. Right? Yeah, I already have this plotted. Wow. Okay. Remember that time? I don't remember the last time. Wait, this is Ethereum Bitcoin. What the? Good God, man. Sorry. All right, I thought we had another reset going. Wow, man, really bad on Link to very, very bad here. Very bad. This is it. All right, so Link, listen to this, chat. Chainlink to Bitcoin is at its lowest level since January. Very, very bad. And very little support where you are. There is like no support here. Really, until 3,722 sats or whatever. Or what, 3722, right? That's, look at the technicals, all right? Remember that time? This was a trade setup. It was beautiful. It was incredible after drawdown, but now it's just like, yeah, I'm not looking good, man, at all. If anything, it's like, you could look at this like a shark, but you might get away with looking at it like a crab. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That is ugly, right? Maybe, dude. Maybe. Hageki, dude. This is just implying that Chainlink will continue to underperform Bitcoin. Whether Bitcoin sells off or rallies higher, it's going down. There is no divergence, and it is at its lowest relative strength since June on the 4 hour. It's probably worse on the daily, right? Not too bad. It's worst level since July. Yep. And July was when Bitcoin, July 21st, that was the bottom for Bitcoin.
Supman targets for FTM, daily and 4 hours.
What's up, Charizard, dude? Good to see you again, man. Did you get along without me, man? Well, good FTM. Did actually doing well today, right? Did FTM? No, it was FIL. It's doing well. FTM, yeah, FTM's doing well too. Yeah, it's the Fs. All the Fs, dude. Yeah, dude, you've broken all support, so it's just not good. Look at this, how bearish this is on link to BTC on the daily, Hageki. Look how many times that 200-day simple moving average was regarded as resistance and rejected. Gross. See you at 3722 probably eventually. Bitcoin's awesome though, right? Bitcoin to Bitcoin is good. Center for kids who can't read good but can do other things good. Daniel Ortiz can join that group. Alright, let's see. Next request was for D Terry. Nice little change up here. What's happening on UPS? United Parcel Service. What was a bullish bat, bullish divergence on the MACD and an RSI, bat action magnet move. A bat, you say? If it's a bat, you got a long way to go before you hit that pattern completion zone. What's a time scale? You say anything about time scale? Yeah, this is a bullish bat, dude. Now this is a really nice inflection point at 177. But the way I'm looking at it, if it was gonna be a bad idea, a bat idea, not a bad idea, it'd be like this. It would be like this, sir. That would be your bat. I don't know how you could justify anchoring this as an actual swing low. Right, one candle and then just gapped up. Now, yes, the bat action magnet move breakout point was 195. You certainly breached that, and then, but yeah, you are right about this. I mean, BAMM type stuff, you know, I love the bullish divergence of the daily at an inflection point. So, you know, forget the harmonic for now. This could imply a short-term reversal that could rally on up, and you might just underperform, make a lower high again, because you are, it's very real, like you might be in a short-term downtrend. Look at that. Look at that down sloping support. You know, you could anchor it like this. Oh, it could be wedging, but no confirmation low yet, right? No confirmation low yet, but yes, I do love seeing it. Bullish divergence while oversold on a significant time scale, like the daily. about to go positive again on the daily and the MACD histogram for the first time since September 16th. So like 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks. So this is an interesting little argument here, where you have possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. You got a falling wedge. The falling wedge on the 5th touch is back testing an inflection point from October 12th. Sellers are implying they're exhausted at this level, and that's it. So it's interesting. Like, all right, so it sucks though, because you know the argument, if it stops out, it could go much lower to the 886. That'd probably be a good entry too. But if it's gonna hold this level, I mean, how we measure? We can just measure the high to low. I think your first target, all right, if this thing was to hold, which I don't know if it will hold, okay? First target, 50% retrace, 197, and second target, the 618, bread and butter, same thing. Traditional markets, 50% 618 targets. So you got that going. So it's not a bad request, D Cherry. It's at a pretty interesting area. It's not near deep enough if you want that full reset. I think where the real X on the daily would be down here from February at 155, and but maybe you get lucky and you double bottom here or something, right? You get some sort of confirmation low, but this is just a way to look at it for now. Okay, not bad. Let's see here. Next request. Yes, the next request was Kai. Kai to the US dollar tether. Thanks again, Mitch Ray, who tipped as me. You did have some sort of M-shaped structure. Kind of reminds me of Bitcoin dominance a little bit, okay? Not like exactly, but I'm talking about a major M shape that reacted, a type 1 reaction, and then a type 2 reversal. And it happens to be its own M shape. And it actually has reacted really well. It's holding, and I think anything above 4.2 cents, a candle high close back from August 16th, could be incredible. As you can see, it's held in the past. Yeah, this looks set up I would think the target eventually on Kai would be 8 cents, 8.2 cents. Looks better than a lot of other assets right now. Yeah, long-term uptrend, undeniable. You'd be crazy to be trying to act like this is not in a long-term uptrend. So you have multiple bullish structures at deep retraces, higher lows that are here, that are presenting themselves, and now you're above an inflection point again. And so if you stay above this long enough, I think you go to 5 cents, you break 5 cents, you're definitely probably going to 7 cents. I mean, easy targets. 8 cents though, way up there from March 26th. So this is actually, Kai looks pretty good. And not too far off that low point, that 886. And it's okay. Yeah, it looks like I think eventually 8 cents could happen on this one. It is not, it's up 8% today too, so it's not even getting wrecked like a lot of the other bigger coins, altcoins. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you had a great weekend. All right, next request, which I don't think is probably a very good request just based on its performance just today alone, is FTM. That is in the midst of painting a daily bullish engulfing candle, and is, if all stays the same in less than 1 hour, it would be the highest daily candle close of all time. Yes, certainly no value. It has reacted at the 2.618 major fib extension and is just now exceeding it again. This is not a swing trader's area to long an asset. It's cool to look at, but what do? You don't do anything but say maybe. In price discovery, the asset could go from the 2.618 to 3.618, which is $3.06. So you'd say $3 would be the next target, probably, if it's going to continue its insane ascent. But it's like nothing I would touch. Like, this is just not a reasonable area to take along, right? There's no strategy involved. Like, you just take along now and a number go up, and it's like, congratulations on all your success. But if you're playing as a trader, you're playing the numbers game. So you keep going long on assets, doing stuff like this. Eventually, you're gonna bust out, and it's gonna be bad. You wanted a strategic entry? Maybe. The last time it made sense was probably around September 21st, right? Like a back test of an old area that was once resistance at support. Okay, big bullish engulfing candle, you know, it never got invalidated. Hidden bullish divergence. Okay, that kind of has, you have some variables that make sense, right? You brought an argument to the table down here a little bit. Not the strongest either, because it's continuation, breakout back test. It's like, okay. But like here, no way. I mean, like, cool. I hope it goes up and everyone becomes, you know, really rich, but you get what I'm saying? Swing trading channel where we're looking for the same combination of variables at critical levels over and over and over again. It's just not a good one. All right. Yeah, thanks for the 800 plus people watching. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, of subs. First time I'm saying that today. Yep. Wow, 346 likes. What a homecoming stream, I guess. Sorry, I, you know, went to go do stuff, you know, in real life so I could balance my life out and be, you know, probably better at streaming. But, you know, okay. All right, so that, I think that was the last request, right? I mean, is there any else? Oh, Charizard maybe? No, he was requesting that. Yeah, that certainly was the last request, of course. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, some of these altcoins just don't look good anymore. Like Algo, looked like it was double bottoming, rallying, failing to break the neckline, and is now dumping again, and is now in jeopardy of falling right back below that inflection point from February and April and really May. And, you know, we're looking at like a BNX and a
Monday
B,
Fun
a
Day
C,
Mitch.
and a D.
Can you look at TGGI?
Dude, these, some almost don't look that good anymore. What's up, C Investor? Thank you, man. TGGI, yeah, it didn't do that great today, right? It had a successful back test of the spring, but there hasn't been too much follow through price action at all, right? Nope, it actually bearish engulfed today. It's okay. The daily, it's trying to hidden bullish divergence or something, but yeah, man. Right, it broke. See, these are just still not the best, right? You don't know, like, the best are when they're at like PCZs, ice lines, you know, they've been range bound, okay, but like huge pump, buying climax, unbelievable, then selling. Who knows, this could go into a correction that could last for weeks and months. So it's just like, yeah, it's okay. That's what you're trying to hold, I guess. You're still above 9.5 tenths of 1 cent. And you are still showing hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. But just no bids yet, really. You did bearishly engulf on daily again, so it's just, if you're above 9.5 tenths of 1 cent, you're fine. If not, yeah, it could be going much, much lower based on historical price action. That's it.
Noise!
Take a look at Woo.
Woo. Yeah, Wu-Tang. Let's go, dude. Thanks, man. The Wu-Tang network that has definitely looked like it might be in jeopardy. It might be confirming a top. Or not, I mean, not very discernible on the 4 hour. The daily, there's not even enough data. It does look like it's losing its positive Momo, about to go red. And from one high to a second high, someone could certainly argue this is daily classic Class A, bearish divergence, impending price action reversal implied. So I think that your major targets, if it was going to do something it's never done before in history, would be to back test 64 to 69 cents, an inflection zone. I think your stronger level would be 64.8 to 65 cents, right? You can clearly see the candle high closes the wicks, right? The reactions. So as like one top, a second top, just imagine. Could you imagine this happening? Like, what would be crazy about this idea? All right, 886, something like that eventually. I mean, these are just not actionable areas for long. They're just not, right? You get it. If you've invested in yourself and you've been a part of this community, you understand why this is not an actionable area for long.
I was talking about a bullish bat where X is low from July 19th, A is high from sub 6, B is sub 8th, C is sub 16th, D is at $16.
Okay.
Hey Mitch, we ain't got no 20 bucks to hear about how much our altcoins are gonna continue bleeding. It ain't any fun right now, and we ain't Bitcoin maxes, so we are all wrecked. Peace, bro.
Oh yeah, Randy, well, you're speaking for a lot of people. Speaking for a lot of people. I don't know if they would agree with you. But think about Woo. That could definitely happen, and it would not be weird at all. Okay, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang! Oh, we can go back to Link for a second for Hageki Man. He said, what was it? X is the low from July 19th. Oh no, dude. That's terrible. Oh, that's full reset. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pretty kind of a little high on C, even for a shark. But his idea is this. Very astute. Certainly an idea that could make plenty of sense. And it would be it'd be a legendary long opportunity down here, dude. The context would be brilliant, man. It'd be so good. All right. So yes, very, very good. Or you think about like huge buying climaxes, sell-offs, then big M shapes get created. All right, you had that same type of M shape that occurred back in March, but you also had the same stuff kind of go on with the bat right here. Bat, shark, cipher. Oh, not. It's kind of like a Gartley, like, right? I mean, like, see, the run up, the buying climax, and the sell off, and the big M shapes created. Same thing. And so this is definitely a great idea. And if the Bitcoin dominance chart is going to respect the TA and keep going and hit all those targets on that trade setup, this is definitely something that could happen. And you think about the link to Bitcoin chart, it's ugly.
In the mix.
So great idea, Hageki Man. Very good. Astute. Let's see. There was one more, right? No, that was it. That was the last request. Nice. Or not nice, I don't know. One that has been holding up relatively well, but very disappointing today. But dang, man, talk about a trade setup. You know, people talking about, oh, altcoins suck. Well, I mean, IOTA was at a reasonable, actionable level. You know, inflection point from August. Momentum shifting structure holding that level and has gone very well. It has gone very well for IOTA. Don't want to talk about that. Why not? It's a trade setup. It was literally a trade setup posted last week. Let's find it, yeah.
Noise! Dollar Move is building a cutting-edge app-full suite of tools using artificial intelligence for crypto traders. App is live and continuing development. How does the fundamentals weigh against the chart? Smiling
No
face with
fundamentals here, dude.
hearts.
Charts only. Borderline chill. So, well, I mean, we'll look at the chart. Okay, that's literally all I'll do. I'm just not gonna go into any fundamental stuff. Okay, so this is incredible. All right. So this was the idea. October 5th. We're talking 6 days ago, chat. This was presented to ye if you were a patron. Very tight stop, but it was so strategic. It was perfect. It's like, do you really want to mess with the asset? But any dollar amount below that low that was painted, right? No, you wouldn't, because you're really strategizing the fact that IOTA is holding above the high from August 15th. Okay. So that was the entry. Made sense. You were at it. It was like, hey, you were alerted. You're in the Patreon. You're alerted immediately on your phone, mobile notifications. Boom. What more could you ask for, right? And then it's like, okay, 6 days later, there you go. First target of the trade set. So Jesus chimes at least for one. One of the three. Second target, because look left. Just a major inflection point from September a couple times. And then your third target is just a candle high close in the daily at 192. Right, you get the thought process behind this. That's what matters most, because investing in yourself, education, learning how to become self-reliant, learning how to identify structural developments at critical ice lines that give you an edge. Okay? So I don't know, man. It's like been live like an hour and 15 minutes or so. So I think there's no more. Oh, we gotta move. We gotta go to that one asset real quick. Yeah, move is not on. That is. Not on TradingView. So if it's not on TradingView, I cannot look at it, and I never will. If it's on Binance Smart Chain, that's literal scams. So I'll never look at those. And you go ahead and try to argue, but whatever, man. Anyone and their mother can make a BSC trash coin and pump and dump it. And then they get marketing, they prey upon Chinese people, they do all this scammy stuff on Binance Smart Chain. So have fun playing that. That's like going to a literal roulette table. So you want to trade? Trading is a form of calculated gambling. It kind of is, right? And so is poker. So you can go into the casino and you can go to the poker table and play the game of skill. Or you could also walk into that same building, that same casino, and you could run to the roulette table. When you're playing Binance Smart Chain coins, you're just going to the roulette table. If you're playing assets that are established, that have data, that are on TradingView, that are on major exchanges with a lot more liquidity, and you're using the variables that are taught here and from the geniuses that I learned from, right? Over the past 100+ years that did the research, put their life into it, you're playing poker. The game of skill. Got it? All right. So I guess we're good, man. I guess we're all caught up. Good to see y'all again. Sure, right? Hopefully y'all are happy to see me and you understand where Bitcoin is. Man, we just spent a lot of time talking about it today. So, second profit taking level of the trade setup has been achieved. It's beautiful. So you understand this is an area where traders may or may not be taking profit. It's an area where a major reaction could occur. That's it. So 44 minutes to the daily close. So thanks so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. This is the homecoming stream. I'll just be back. Happy Monday. Until next time, respect the TA.